All right, geometry class. Today we are learning areas of regular polygons. All right, and a regular polygon is a polygon where all sides and all angles are congruent. All right. Now, there's parts, and I'm just going to draw like, let's just say, a hexagon. All right, let's just say that this is a regular hexagon, all right? And with any polygon, so a hexagon, a square, a triangle, an octagon, anything, you can use the same formula to find the area of it, okay? Now, the formula for the area of a regular polygon is equal to 1/2 lowercase a and then p, lowercase p. Now, this A is called the opposite, all right? And this is a line. So if I construct this triangle inside of my hexagon, okay, so here's the center of your hexagon, and these are both radii of the hexagon, okay? This line here, and I'll use red, all right, that line, that is the opposite, okay? So when I'm doing my problems, I'm always going to form this triangle inside of my polygon with the opposite right here, all right? And then P stands for the perimeter of this entire hexagon, all right? So I'm going to do some problems for you, okay? And I might as well just do problem number 4 on page 631. So this will be problem number 4 on page 631, okay, in the lesson check, just because I already drew the hexagon, all right? And the only piece of information that they give us is that this opposite, all right, is 4√3. All right, 4 times the square root of 3. So we have the A in our area formula. We don't have the P. We need to know what this side length is, okay? Well, you're probably thinking to yourself, how the heck do I do that? Well, we attack these problems the same way every time. We need to figure out what this central angle is, all right? We need to figure out what that central angle is. Well, I know the distance all the way around is going to be 360 degrees. And how many central angles is a hexagon going to have? Well, it's going to have 6 because there's 6 sides to a hexagon. So in order to start this problem, you have to do 360, which is the distance all the way around, and you divide it by 6, all right? That is the number of sides. So I know that my central angle, the distance from here to here, is 60 degrees. But this red line, this opposite, is cutting that 60 degrees in half. So I know this angle right here is 30 degrees, all right? 30 degrees. I know that this is 90. And I know that this is 60. So look at what I have. I have a 30, 60, 90 triangle, okay? 30, 60, 90 triangle. And this distance right here is the shorter leg of a 30, 60, 90 triangle. So I know that this distance, x times the square root of 3, must equal the longer leg of a 30, 60, 90, which is 4√3. So if I just divide by √3 on both sides, x is equal to 4. So I know the distance from here to here is 4, which means the distance from here to here is 8, correct? So I now can figure out my perimeter. My perimeter is 8 times how many sides? 6 sides. So when I'm doing this problem here, area is equal to 1/2 my opitham, which is 4 root 3, and my perimeter, which is 8 times 6, or 48. All right? So I can just do the problem now. So 1/2 times 4, that's 2 root 3 times 48. And what is 2 times 48? So my total area of this hexagon is 96 root 3. And if you want to round to the nearest tenth, you can. I know the directions tell you to do that. All right. So these are the types of problems we're going to be doing. So let's do another one. I'll do number 1. All right. Number 1 is a square. All right, and with the square, they tell us that the opitham is 5 inches. So this is 5. Now remember, I still have to create that triangle inside of my square. And I need to figure out what is the central angle. Just like I did before, up here, 360 divided by 6, I need to do 360 divided by 4, which is 90. So I know that the distance from here to here is 90. The opitham cuts that in half, so look at what I have. 45, 45, 90 triangle. I know if the opitham, this leg of a 45, 45, 90 triangle is 5, then I know the distance from here to here also has to be 5, because those are the legs of a 45, 45, 90 triangle, which means the distance from here to here is 10. So I now have enough information. The area is equal to 1/2 AP. So it's 1/2 times my opitham, which is 5. The perimeter, which is 10 times 4, or 40. So I have 1/2 times 40, which is 20, and 20 times 5, 100 inches squared. Okay? So that one was a little bit easier. All right. Number 2, once again, number 2 is just another hexagon. All right. So number 2 here, we have our hexagon, and they tell us that the side length is 3. But once again, we have to construct this triangle inside of the polygon, and we have to draw in our opitham because we need to know what that is. And what is our central angle? 360 divided by 6 sides, which is 60. And this, the opitham cuts that in half. So once again, just like up here, all right, just like up here, we have ourselves a 30, 60, 90 triangle. And the shorter leg, the distance from here to here is 1.5. All right? Remember, it's 1.5 because it's half of 3, which means our opitham, all right, must be 1.5 times the square root of 3. That's the formula. So we now have enough information to solve this problem. So area of a regular polygon equals 1/2 opitham times perimeter. So this is 1/2. The opitham is 1.5 root 3. All right. And our perimeter is 3 times, how many sides are there? 3 times 6. It's a hexagon. So 3 times 6 is 18. All right. So we now have we now had every piece of information that we needed for this problem. All right. And it was similar to the first one. All right. So I'm going to just plug into my calculator here. 1/2 times 18. All right. Times 1.5 root 3. All right. I got 23.4 feet squared. All right. And then we can take a look at number 3 as well. All right. So you're getting a lot of examples here. So number 3, we have a triangle. All right. And if we construct our triangle inside of the triangle with our opitham, and they tell us that this is 2 meters. So that's 2. All right. Well, once again, we have to find our central angle, which would be 360 divided by 3 equals 120. All right, but the opitham cuts that in half. So once again, look at what I have, a 30, 60, 90 triangle. And this is the hypotenuse of a 30, 60, 90 triangle. So I know that the shorter leg is half the hypotenuse. So this is 1. And the longer leg is 1 square root of 3. So the distance from here to here is 2 square root of 3. We now have enough information to solve this problem. All right, so area is equal to 1/2 AP. So 1/2, my opitham is 1. My perimeter is 2 square root of 3. All right, but there's 3 sides. So 6 root 3. So we multiply this by 1/2. You get 1/2 times 6, 3 root 3. All right, which is about 5.2 meters squared. All right, so hopefully this helps when you do your homework. You'll have, some of these types of examples in the homework too, but you do the steps the same way. All right, you find your central angle, then you work your way around these triangles to get your opitham and the perimeter. Okay, hopefully everybody's feeling great, and I will see you soon.